Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today Treyarch have officially dropped patch 1.04, which is the very first major weapon balancing patch we've seen for Black Ops 4. I've been waiting for this one for a while, and honestly I had high hopes, but I really think Treyarch have dropped the ball on this one. I know I'd said in previous videos that the weapons were pretty well balanced, but damn, some of the SMGs in this game are trash. I'm going to go right ahead and get into these patch notes, and you guys will see exactly why I'm so pissed off. So first up guys, they have added gun game to the multiplayer here in Black Ops 4. That's pretty cool I guess, but I'm not really a fan of gun game myself. I think we're going to see a lot of people AFK farming gun game like they did for supply drops back in World War II, especially with how long it takes to rank up the supply pass in this game. If you haven't seen my video on that, I will leave a link in the description below, so make sure you go and check that one out. Next up, they've also added a Chaos Domination playlist, which is 6v6 with a 300 score limit. I don't really play a lot of Domination in this game, but I have heard that the spawns are pretty terrible for Black Ops 4 Domination. There are some patch notes on the spawns further down, so I'll make sure to check those out as well. They have also added a Mercenary Deathmatch Mosh Pit playlist, which is solo, team deathmatch and kill confirmed. I do like to run a lot of solo during the weekdays, and there is nothing worse than coming up against a full party when you've got a whole bunch of noobs on your team. So well done Treyarch, got to give you props for that one. Alright, so moving along to the weapon balancing, Treyarch have said that they're dialing back the performance on some of the assault rifles in order to close the gap between ARs and SMGs. I really didn't think they had to go and nerf the assault rifles. The time to kill in this game is already long enough. What I was hoping they would do was leave the assault rifles alone and just buff the damage on the SMGs. I think most people in the community would agree that that would have been the best option, but no, they haven't done that. What they've done is reduce the ADS movement speed and transition speed for all the assault rifles across the board. Not only that, but they've also reduced the headshot damage and reload speed on the ICR. I know a lot of people are going to be pissed about that one. The ICR is one of the most popular guns in the game right now. The Vapor also caught a nerf with reduced headshot damage, and they've nerfed the high caliber attachment so that it no longer grants a 3-shot kill. Moving on to some of the changes for the SMGs, and Treyarch have extended the damage range on the MX9, but they've also nerfed the high caliber attachment so you can no longer get a 4-shot kill. I'm really unsure what they're thinking with that one. They're talking about closing the gap between assault rifles and SMGs, and then they go and nerf one of the only decent SMGs in the game. Really makes no sense to me. The Cordite also got a damage buff, and they increased the overheat rate on the belt feed operator mod. I haven't actually used the Cordite or the operator mod yet, so I don't know if that's actually a buff or a nerf. If you guys know, make sure to leave a comment down below. Next up, they also nerfed the GKS operator mod by increasing the burst delay. The GKS honestly needs some love. I've been working on the gold camo at the moment, and you can shoot first, land all your shots, and still get outgunned by pretty much any other SMG or AR in the game. They have also reduced the hip fire on the SORG 9mm dual wield operator mod. I haven't actually used them myself or come up against anyone else using them, but I had heard online that they could be pretty overpowered. Moving along to the tactical rifles, and they have buffed the ABR to make it more competitive with the Swordfish and the Auger. Now this is finally a change that I actually agree with. I have been using the ABR recently, and it honestly takes way too many shots to kill. I shouldn't have to be putting 3 or 4 whole bursts into someone just to kill them. They have also nerfed the high caliber attachment on the Swordfish. What this means is that you can no longer get a 3-shot kill when using high caliber. You should still be able to 1-burst someone, especially when you're using the operator mod, which means the gun still is extremely viable. Now this next change is a really big one. They've actually gone ahead and buffed most of the snipers in the game. I know this is going to anger a lot of people in the community. I have seen people online complaining about how they put 3 or 4 shots into snipers just to get quick scoped. I haven't had that much of a problem myself, but hopefully we're not going to see a repeat of the DSR from Black Ops 2. Treyarch have also said that they've noticed that a few members in the community had discovered that the Titan and BKM LMGs were extremely effective weapons, and that they have decided to dial back their performance before more people started to jump on the bandwagon. This is another change that I agree with. The Titan and VKM were absolute melt machines. I actually didn't realise till a few days ago when I've been working on the camos for them, but they have had their damage and handling stats dialed back on both guns. They've also reduced the movement speed and accuracy on the Hades crossbar attachment. This is something I'm actually really gutted about. I hadn't had a chance to try it out yet myself, but hopefully it's still a viable option and they haven't turned it into the chainsaw from Call of Duty Ghosts. Next up to get the nerf treatment are the shotguns, and they have reduced the one-shot kill range on the MOG 12 when you're using the choked barrel attachment. I hadn't really noticed any problems with the MOG 12, but honestly I hate getting killed by shotguns, so that's going down as a positive for me. Another thing they've said is that they are going to nerf that damn strobe light attachment on the SG12, which is more great news, but honestly, how did that thing even make it into the game in the first place? That has honestly got to go down as one of the worst attachments in Call of Duty history. Speaking of attachments, there has been some changes to how they work as well. Grip 2 now has reduced flinch mitigation. You can actually chalk that up as another nerf to the ICR, but it is also another nerf to the GKS. The GKS really has taken the L in this update so far. The suppressor got a buff with reduced damage fall off at range. The hollow, dual zoom and recon optics sights all got a buff with some reduced ADS recoil. On the other hand, the ELO sight got a nerf with increased ADS recoil. So that is pretty much everything as far as weapon balancing goes. We'll move along to the specialist changes now, and they have nerfed the ballistic shield. It now takes longer for the player to earn, and the player will now take partial explosive damage when using it. No word on the 9-bang grenade though, or as I like to call it, the gangbang grenade. Once you get hit with that thing, you are fucked. Treyarch have also made some changes to how the gear works in the game. Stim shot now takes longer to fully heal the player, and the acoustic sensor is now less effective at sensing players who are sprinting. That's actually the second nerf the acoustic sensor has had since launch. Hopefully they managed to fix some of the issues they're having with the spawns, and that will mean that the acoustic sensor isn't as necessary as it is at the moment. They've also fixed a issue with body armor where it had been more effective than intended in certain areas of the body. Dead silence has also been buffed so that your movements are quieter from a distance, and they've also resolved an issue with engineer when playing heist, as it was incorrectly highlighting the escape helicopter. Now I am going to end the video on a high note, and this is something that I think a lot of people will be happy about, and that is because they have made changes to the spawns across multiple maps and different game modes. The spawns have been a major issue for me on some maps since the game came out, and I'm really hoping that this update fixes some of the issues that I've been having. There are a few other things that I've left out of the video, guys. If you want to check out the full patch notes for yourself, I'll drop a link down in the description below. As always, guys, thanks very much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, as it really helps the channel grow, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Peace.